Well, one of the most exciting series has finally come to an end. A new champion is crowned, and it's a few days earlier than many people expected, actually, including me. Joining me on the set to break down the NBA Finals, Ron Vitrano of ESPN Radio. Thank you so much for being here today.
How you doing?
I'm great. I'm so glad you're here. First time for you being here with me. I've gotten to be with you a few times. Yes. Very excited.
She comes on the show quite a bit. I like it.
I do, and we've joked about me having a face for radio, so I'm bringing Ron on because, you know, that's the face for TV.
Yeah, whatever.
Game 6, new king. What do you feel about that game last night?
I'll tell you what, I don't think it should be a surprise based on what we've seen throughout the entire series.
Right.
LeBron wasn't there through the first 5. Why was he going to show up for Game 6?
Yeah.
It's a new chapter in his career, one that's not a good story right now.
Yeah, I was not expecting, though, a new king last night. I was expecting it to go to a Game 7. Possibly the Mavs make history and win a Game 7, first team to ever do that on the road. I didn't think we were going to see a new champion last night.
You know, we talked about that on the show, about Miami going back home and possibly being a team to beat at that point.
Yeah.
It didn't work out that way, in a large part because of coaching, because Carlisle outcoached Bolster. He made a change by putting Barrera in Game 4 and making him a starter. And then the supporting cast. I think that was the big key for Dallas. Picked it up. In their 4 wins, the supporting cast averaging 75 points a game, shooting 52% from the field. That became the difference. Jason Terry picked it up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Now, Dirk as the MVP, Jason Kidd with his first title after so many years in the league, Jason Terry with that trophy tattoo, or Mark Cuban. Now, of all of those side stories going on, who are you the most excited for?
Dirk Nowitzki, obviously.
Of course.
Mark Cuban a little bit. It's very close second because he's a great owner. Think about this. They made the playoffs 6 times out of the 19 seasons before he became owner. They've made the playoffs all 11 since he's been the owner, so it's been quite amazing for them.
It has been unbelievable. And moving on a little bit to the Heat now on the other end of things.
Ooh.
Obviously, ooh, and here it comes, one of the most scrutinized teams in all of sports history. How much do you think this Heat hype, per se, really played into this finals?
Oh, totally. That's all everybody, whether you love them or whether you hate them, it was all about the Heat.
That's all you can talk about.
And the more LeBron became the villain, the more exciting the series actually became. And you look at LeBron, and he's got a huge hill to overcome. Let's look at all the greats really quick.
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan. We could throw them all out there. None of those guys ever lost in their first 2 trips to the NBA Finals. 0. Only Isaiah Thomas and Shaquille O'Neal lost their first time out. Isaiah against Magic Johnson, Shaquille with the Orlando Magic, but both rebounded. So he's got the stigma right now of a guy that can't perform in the crunch.
Would you put him in among those names?
Not at all. In fact, Scottie Pippen did that a couple of weeks ago. We see where that went. No, not quite yet. He's got to win. He's got to win to be amongst that group.
So true. Now, can we bring up that photo? Pretty funny, I think. The Miami weep. See this photo this morning.
Look at that.
Do you like it? Now, obviously, Eric Spoelstra getting criticized a lot because of coming forward to the media, telling them that, you know, there were some tears in the locker room. Do you think there were some tears in that locker room last night?
I don't think so. I think there was a little more disappointment and anger, probably at not taking care of business the way they were supposed to be. So, you know, LeBron was bringing his talents down to South Beach. We just didn't see it.
Well, Dallas certainly brought theirs. Now, off-season commercials, I know you saw those. A lot of the big names right now working out and getting ready for next year. What are you expecting for us to see this summer as far as, you know, the NBA goes? Any big moves you're expecting to see?
I don't think the only move we could see that really could be a big move is Howard out of Orlando. Because here's the situation. He becomes a free agent after next year, or he has the option to become a free agent after next year. And Dallas is going to be one of those teams that are going to make a move towards him. We have to wait to find out whether or not we get a new contract, collective bargaining agreement in the NBA, but possibly with the Mavs, and the Lakers could also make a very big move for him. They're trying to catch up.
I know. You're telling me. I would hate to see that happen. Of course, Dwight Howard, one of my favorite, and you know that I'm obsessed with the Orlando Magic. Now, finally, got to plug the show, Ron Vitrano Show. Where can we find you?
Oh, look at this.
Yay!
I brought something for you. A 97.9 ESPN Radio T-shirt with the Ron Vitrano Show, of course.
I like it.
I mean, you know the time, 4 to 7.
Yep, that's right.
Weekdays. So
every day. Find him, 97.9 ESPN Radio. Ron Vitrano, thank you so much for being here today.
Anytime, you know it.
Thank you so much. Always good to see you.